Today's lesson is on the 5 principles that geographers use to collect, analyze, and organize their geographical information. Now, this information can also be found in your Horizons textbook, Chapter 3, pages 94 to 98. Now, I said that there were 5 principles. These 5 principles are in the notes that are in front of you. Now, your notes are incomplete. We need to fill those in. So this is the first little bit of information. So as you're copying that down, I just want to quickly review what the 5 are. So the 5 are: places have a location. That's the first one. The second one is that places have physical and cultural characteristics. The third one, places change. The fourth one, places interact with other places. And last but not least, the fifth one is places are in regions. Now let's tackle the first one. The first one can be broken down into 2 basic parts because the principle is that places have a location. Well, how do we determine that? Well, like I said, there's 2 ways. The first way is relative location, and I've tucked it up here. Now there's no real additional information that I can put there other than show you some examples. So the example that I have for you is a couple diagrams. The first one is this simplified street map. Now, relative location can be used by using the directions north, south, east, west. So if I want to find the plaza, and my location is here, there's a few ways I can do this. If I take a look at the compass rose, it says that north is on a bit of an angle towards the right. So if I were to describe where the plaza is, I could say that it is due north of my current position. That's one way of describing relative location. Now you'll notice that relative location is not overly accurate as opposed to absolute, which we'll talk about here later. Another thing I could do in order to describe my location is I could say go 1 block northeast, then turn northwest, head up 1 block, and the plaza will be on your right-hand side. Or I could say something like this. I could say turn to your right, walk 1 block until you see the district office, which is indicated by the number 7, which is in our legend here. Then turn left and head up 1 block. You'll see the plaza on your right, and on the left-hand side, you'll see the Castro House. Okay, so those are 3 different ways that we can describe what relative location is. Okay, so relative location. Now, another diagram that I want to show you is this one right here. Let's close this. Thank you. Is this diagram. Now, what if we were to want to know where East Asia is? Well, we've already described it by its direction. East Asia, this is a very big area of the world, but we know where East Asia is just by a simple description. What happened? There's other parts of the world that are like that too. What about Hawaii? There's tons of islands here. It's not overly descript, but relatively, we have a pretty good idea as to where the Hawaiian Islands are. Same thing, we could say Northwest Territories. We could say Caribbean. Okay, are we being very specific? No. But do we have a fairly good idea as to where something is? Absolutely. So that is relative location. Let's put that again so we don't mess this up. Relative location. And this is based on the idea, this is the first principle that geographers use, that places have location.